I need you to calm down one time, cause I'm tryna get this bag right. Ay. I got shawty on my mind, but I know that it's more on the horizon. Ay.
So talk about like I know I may have started fantasy maybe like I want to say three years ago, 3 4 years ago when I first started doing the FanDuel, the ESPN, DraftKings. How do you separate? I feel like maybe I don't know if you've had this challenge at the beginning, but at the beginning stage, you have your favorite players type. You know what I mean? How do you separate? Like, okay, these are my guys that I like versus okay, um, even though I like this team, this guy, they're probably not gonna play at the level that I feel like they're gonna play at. Like, how do you separate those two? How much preparation is really do you go into like the comments say tap into the resources? How much resources do you tap into to
So
separate those two?
that's a good question. I like that. So what I do, because me, I'm what it's called like a short slate player. So I mainly target like the 2 game slates because there's less players for me to
Right,
look. So what I like to do is I like to like okay like so like I'll go on FanDuel site because they usually post the players' salaries at 24 hours in advance. So I just think
okay,
like okay, Curry is the most expensive player, and then like LeBron James is the most expensive player. Since I'm gonna use this as an example because they play opening night. So like opening night
right,
versus the Warriors. So off the dribble, I already know Russell Westbrook's gonna be expensive, LeBron's gonna be expensive, Curry's gonna be.
right.
Draymond might be a mid range. He won't be. He won't be. He'll probably be in the middle. So then,
Hmm.
okay, easy. Okay, well then you got to think the contest you're playing in. It's gonna be like hundreds of thousands of people playing, depending on how ever many people FanDuel wants in that contest. So I like to think what the field is going to do. I like to think, okay, what is the field going to do? Is the field going to be all on LeBron? Is the field going to be all on Russell Westbrook? You're going to say yes.
Right,
They're going to be LeBron, like, and then now, especially with the Lakers, now that Russell Westbrook's pairing up with LeBron, yeah, I mean LeBron's usage might go down, but it's going to help because Russell Westbrook is like the king of assists. He can do everything. So you're gonna,
right,
yeah, you're gonna have to play them together. So you have to kind of think like you have to think like common. You have to use your common sense. Like we all know Russell Westbrook gonna get points. We all know he gonna pass the ball. We all know he gonna like he may not get a bunch of steals, but the assists and
right.
points are there. So you just factor in. I like to factor in the stars, and then I like to figure out okay the bench. The bench is the hard part because that's what you gotta
Right,
have.
right,
You have to kind of know, okay, me knowing how the Warriors, I know how Steve Kerr's rotation works. Like like I know how he works. Like he's been that coach for a while now, so I know how he operates.
right,
He likes to play small, whatever, here and there, depending on the matchup. So I go, all right, the bench, I already know Juan Toscano is going to be somebody to look at, depending on his price. So yeah, shit like that. I like to think, I like to picture the stars, but NBA is so predictable
right.
you can say LeBron is never gonna have a bad night. You can almost say he'll never have a bad night. We all know that.
Yeah.
LeBron, how often does LeBron have a bad game? Like never, right?
Yeah, he gonna get his numbers.
He gonna get his
He gonna get his numbers.
like I can tell you a month in advance, LeBron can very well drop 38, 10, 5 on the Warriors. Curry can go 35, 4, and 5. Like
Right,
like that. Like I don't have to research that. Like I'm to the point where it's like I've been doing it for so long, and that just comes with experience. Where it's okay. We all know Curry's gonna fucking get his points, but what's
right,
tricky is just the player minutes because people don't know minutes equals money. Minutes equals everything. Like if the players aren't getting the minutes, forget about it. Just take them off your player pool. I like to think like I like to do process of elimination. Somebody like Nico Mannion, who's no longer a Warrior, I never considered
okay,
because I only played him when I knew something was wrong with Curry or
right,
the COVID protocols. Shit like that, you don't have to think about. That's just like okay, we know Nico's not going to get run. We know somebody like what's a perfect example? like DJ Augustin, like when he wasn't getting the minutes, like we like shit like that. You
Right.
okay, but a lot of times you have to. That's where the beat writers come in. If you pay attention to the beat writers and you find out, okay, well, so and so might be questionable the next day, then you go to yourself, okay, Aaron Gordon was ruled questionable or was listed as questionable for tomorrow's game, and then I go, all right, and I'll just look at how he does in practice. If he doesn't make it through practice, then I know, okay, start paying attention to his backup role, you know, and then shit like
Right.
that. That's basically what I do. That's how I like to prepare.